A lot of Malawians are leaving South Africa. To understand the scale of this, let's get to 2026 and we'll get to know why.
If there is bus that is going to Malawi now, I can travel, I can go, because it's better to go home.
Malawian government confirmed that over 2,000 Malawians registered with the embassy in Pretoria.
Malawi's Minister of Foreign Affairs says the first group departed on Saturday aboard 2 buses as part of a coordinated operation led by a government task team.
Most of them are asking they need the help to return back home. Over 2,449 Malawians have crossed the border so far, running away to their country.
And the Malawi High Commission in Pretoria, they are expected to camp at a stadium in Blantyre, southern Malawi.
The most immediate trigger is the violence going on in South Africa, the immediate attack that is going on in South Africa. Like, some have already laid down the deadline.
Yeah, I think it's important that these people are brought back to the country when they have been safely evacuated. Government should conduct screening to establish indeed whether they are Malawians or not.
To all immigrants, especially the Black Africans, to leave South Africa. So this is getting out of hand. And mass exodus is taking place. The people are saying they can no longer live in South Africa again because the burden is too much. They cannot survive, they're struggling, and also South Africans don't want them in their country. That is why they are leaving. The journey itself is dangerous, like over 2,000 miles crossing borders to borders before you get home. Many of them have lost everything and they are starting from scratch. In Western Cape, reports emerge of door-to-door intimidation. People are forced to flee their homes due to Operation Dudula and March of March action. You know, Operation Dudula means to force out, and Abraham May means let them go. They are falsely accusing African migrants and telling them to go. Many Malawians are forced to flee their houses because it's not worth it to stay in South Africa, to be brutalized. And also, you know, these people are very brutal. They don't care whether you have documents or not. They don't care. They have their own ideology. Yeah, they are coming. When you talk about this, they think you hate them, and this is something that they will not understand until everything comes out clear. Before, you know, if Africans leave South Africa, all of Africans, I wish they all leave South Africa for them, and they will understand. They will understand later. The time they need Africans, they will not get the support of Africans, you know.
The point of Malawians who are suffering out there, I think the government has done a great job, because if you are to see the condition out there, it's not well. So I feel like the government has done a good initiative.
The repatriation comes as South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced new measures to tackle illegal migration while warning against vigilant attacks on foreign nationals, Ghana, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe.
However, Malawians are the ones working in the domestic sectors and like the informal sectors, you know, and also like the retail and job market. You understand now? Some South Africans are afraid to hire them because they feel like the authorities will come and get them. So
I have papers, but they say you must go home. They want to fix them country. So we must go home.
Most of them feel like there is no hope in South Africa anymore, so they have to leave. We all understand that unemployment in South Africa is like 30%. The rate is 30%, and I understand South Africans in a way, like the job sector is saturated and most of them are not getting jobs. But I mean, due to this, most Malawians are scared. Even when Malawians succeed in getting into South Africa and work and become successful, they can't even send the money back home because the remittance has drastically reduced in 2021 to 61%. You know what I'm saying? So from like 300 million to like 112.5 million. That's so sad. So most of them, their money is depreciating in value and they cannot send the money home, because if you send your money home and inflation is eating your money, then you not get anything, man. You not get anything. So they try to keep their money in the South Africa rand, because when they send it to their country and they get the kwacha is penny. So now they have to keep it. And so most of them, they are losing their job, they are losing their money, and the life is becoming unbearable for them.
Fix our country.
Nearly a week after the incidents, around 100 foreign nationals from Malawi, Mozambique and Zimbabwe were still crammed into a community.
In 2025, 5,000 Malawians were deported from the Mwanza border post. And but they still keep coming. Yeah, they still keep coming. Like another 490 were sent back through the Mwanza border. Migrants describe being stuck in a system where they are squeezed out of a formal economy and then punished for being undocumented. You know, they are being squeezed. They don't want to give them documents when they come, and also they punish them for it, you know what I'm saying? So
South Africans have been complaining about the high number of undocumented immigrants whom they blame for taking up most of their jobs. The migrants have been given until 30th June to vacate South Africa.
South Africa is no more a welcoming like country when it comes to immigration. Like most of the Malawians end up in Lendera repatriation center, and they are holding facility described as human rights group as overcrowded and sometimes neglected, you know what I'm saying? So the constant threat of deportation make it impossible to build a stable life in South Africa. Most of them, they sell their stuff and they run to South Africa, but South Africa deport them and they don't have anything.
Home is the best, and then I love my life. I leave everything because I love my life. If I'm going home, I think I'm safe because it's my country. And my family, my friends, they can welcome me because I'm
The old treaty between Malawi and South Africa is defunct. So this forces most of the Malawians to go through the illegal route by going through the borders and all that, you know what I'm saying? So the human trafficking in Malawi is too much, you know what I'm saying? Most of them are desperate to cross between South Africa and Malawi, so there's a camp called
to be repatriated to their respective countries.
He has here in UNHCR to ask for protection because we're so tired about xenophobia.
Dzaleka refugee camp, where it's supposed to hold like 12,000 refugees where they can, you know, travel to South Africa, but now it's holding almost 56,000 migrants. So the people charges money from these Malawian migrants who are trying to cross into South Africa. Yeah, it's like the same like Libya, you know. People go to Niger, and from the Niger there is a place where some people charge before you can get to Libya, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes some people also get to Libya, they get into refugee camp before they can cross those waters to the Europe. So it's the same kind of system which needs to be addressed, and all these government people must pay attention to it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the migrants pay like 4,800 before they can smuggle themselves into South Africa through Mozambique and Zimbabwe. People don't leave their home, they leave their circumstances. The GDP of Malawi is growing less than 2%.
Last year, 2021, only 1% of those who applied for resettlement globally were accepted. Only 1%. So it tells you things that are tight and tight even in the host countries.
The South African Home Affairs spokesperson Siyabule Lakonza said of the 85 people asked at the UNHCR, 22 have since opted for voluntary repatriation to their countries and are being assisted to do so.
And that is so bad, and that is making them like feel like they don't have anything, you know. It's making them poorer every time. So I mean, that is making them run from their country. I understand them in a way.
encouraged Malawani residents to repatriate and characterized the situation in South Africa as not good.
Poverty surge in Malawi like 24 point something percent, and over 70% of their population is living below the poverty line. So that is so bad. Inflation has been running at 30%, so high, and it's crippling the economy, and the people are so suffering, man. So Malawians are leaving their homes because the hope that they have in their homes, they don't have that hope anymore, and they can see the hope in South Africa. So that is why most of them are running to South Africa. But now I think it's better for them to go home than to die in South Africa. It's better, you know. It's like from frying pan to fire. If you are on the frying pan, it's hot, but it's a little bit okay. But when you get into the fire, you burn very quick, sharp. The chaos in the Western Cape and the arrival of majority of the Malawians like is driving South Africans crazy, and I mean this is making them feel like they have to drive all these people from their country so that they can go back to their country. And but that is what I always say this. It's good what you guys are doing, like you are protecting your country from migrants and all that. Okay, fine. Nobody is a migrant in Africa, but that is why I'll say African. I'm African, I'm not a migrant in Africa, but if you see me as a migrant, okay, cool. Okay, cool, I don't mind. If I don't speak and I go to Nigeria, maybe Nigerians will think I'm one of them. Yeah, if I see Nigeria or Kenyan or somebody, like they ask me, oh, where you from? They cannot even tell from my face. They ask me, where you from? Unless maybe Ethiopia will be a little bit different, but apart from that, other African countries I'll be fine. But do you people think South Africa is doing enough to stop the attacks and letting the people know what they need to do to tackle this immigration issue than to attack people and to drag their country in chaos and let the world rally xenophobia? That is, they are the ones causing it. Like, the way they are handling it is making the world understand what they are doing is not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're supposed to do it in a cool way, find a government. Like, you don't see how Westerners do their stuff. You don't see how other African countries do their stuff. They protest. They do protest, like, you know, they deal with their government. You see, in Nepal recently, you heard how they were able, the Gen Zs were able to overthrow their prime minister and all that. Yeah, you have the power. You have to talk to the government. You have to know how to deal with the government so that the government will do what you want. Pressure the government to do what you want. You don't have to take this thing in your hands and be dealing with people. Like, you don't have the professionalism to handle all this. Those police and the immigration, they are trained, okay, to know how to handle situations like this. They are trained to know that police brutality is not good, and they know how to deal with illegal migrants so that it will be fine, you know what I'm saying? But even if the police is not doing the work as expected, you don't have the right to be treating human beings like animals. No, you don't have the right to be doing so. Okay, at least you are a human being. Use your conscience, use your brain, and understand people. Put yourself in people's shoes and understand them. Okay, you just cannot just wake up and be hurting people and be beating people's mothers and be, you know, that is inhuman. And I will say it, if you get offended, I've said what I've said. So I would say we are one Africa, and I would love all to support each other. Don't let this divide us. let's come together as one, as Africans. And you know, me, I don't hate South Africans. Even the football that they are going to play right now, if I want to support South Africa, yeah, I will support them. If I will support Ghanaians, I will support them. I don't mind. But I mean, you are not my enemy. Since you are African, you are not my enemy. You are just that you are proving stubborn, and we hope you guys will come back again and understand that what you guys are doing is not good, and you have to pass the right channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is your man Shy Black Traveler. Bless your heart. Bye bye. I'm out. Ghanaians should not behave like South Africans. We shouldn't try to demonstrate like the way they are doing. Allow everything. Let's concentrate on our country and build our country to become a better place for the world to visit. We know we have a lot of Americans, the Caribbeans. We appreciate them a lot, like the way they are coming to Ghana. There have been a lot of presidents. There have been a lot of presidents coming to Ghana, like the American presidents, like the black ones, and a lot of celebrities coming to Ghana. We appreciate all of them, and we should concentrate on building a better Africa and a better Ghana, and forget about this back and forth with this South Africa issue. Let's concentrate on how to help the people over there to, so that there will be no attack. Let's talk about this until the 30th, so that there will be no attack. Let's keep saying it.
Sonali kufuna kuti tikuzosiya dziko lathu ndikupita South Africa mabe timolengera moyo mine timakhala nawo. Moyo unali moyo wovuta zambiri zosautsa ndebe zitapeza mwayi adatanena kwanzathu enake kumene kutekeseko mwayi.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? This is your man Shy to the Black to the Traveler. We give thanks and praise to the Most High God. He is the Alpha, the Father of judgment, the forgiver of sin. He is the Father of the poor and the rich. He is the one we have to trust in, and also we have to know that we are all children of God, and we have to look up for each other. As a black person, a lot of people don't care about us. So we have to care about each other, you know what I'm saying? That is why I'm here, and I care for you. I understand your problems because I'm like you, and it's not only the blacks. In human in general, we have to care for each other. Today I'm here because of you guys. I want to tell you that I'll be going to Ghana, and I've been talking about this. I want you guys to follow me through this journey. I thank you all for subscribing and also being on this channel, and I'm really amazed. I love your comments, and some of the comments are funny, some of them are interested. I love reading them. I don't mind. You can say anything under the comment. Yeah, feel free, express yourself, tell me your mind. I don't mind. Don't feel like you are saying something to hurt me. Now I don't mind. You have your free will to say everything you want to say. I respect everyone's view, no matter how you see the world. That is your own view. As an African, I believe every African deserves a better life, the love and unity. And also, I believe we don't need to live in separateness. We have to unite to be able to share ideas, culture, and also be able to, interact with each other, so that we can also contribute to this world and fulfill God's plan. So